Well, I almost really did it this time. It has been a busy 2 weeks. When I mentioned all the stuff from the estate sale was for sale here, and people reached out, and I spent so much time boxing up stuff, packaging stuff, talking to people all over the place. It was a lot of fun. Meeting all the people. I didn't like meet them in person, but then it pushed into last week's video time. And then I decided I was going to feel ill. I got sick and I didn't know what was going on. I thought I was dying. After tracking my blood pressure and my sugar glucose levels, and I'm not even diabetic, not even the type 2 diabetic part. And I realized that I'm not dying. I figured, well, let's see if we can make a video. Last night I've either figured out that I've got an inner ear infection that's making me have a headache and being dizzy all the time, or I got a tumor.
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor at all.
Let's hope not. So, there's this nice young feller named Owen. He's out there in the Buffalo, New York area. He's got a family heirloom. It's another pre-war Lionel. It's a 259, and it is hammered. It is wiped out. It's a complete set, though, and he wants me to restore it. I'll show it to you here in just a little bit. And he sent it in like January or December, and I've sat on it. And he's called up quite a few times, and he said, hey, how's the restoration coming along? And I couldn't say nothing, but I haven't even got to it yet. I felt bad. I've been behind on stuff. I've just figured out that I'm not going to be able to do other people's stuff because the time frames, if you want it to be here like 9 months, fine. And even that's kind of pushing it for me now. So I'm not going to try to, this will be the last customer thing that I work on. Told him I'm not going to make another video until I get started on his 259. Come to find out, it's going to take like a week of working on it to even have a video to put together. So I can't go 3 weeks without making a video. We're going to show you this thing here, show you what we're going to do. And I also got to show you this channel donation that came in from Lynn McCurdy. You know him, I'm always talking about him. He's donated so many locomotives to this channel that have been repaired on the channel. And this collection that he sent in is absolutely amazing. Let's take a look at this 259 and what kind of work we got to do to it in order to get her fixed up. So this is Owen's 259 right here, and you can see it's got some rust on it a little bit. Like this part of the roof, there's a dent. You can, if you just kind of right across, it's right in here somewhere, and little patina, some needs some loving. It needs some loving. When we talked on the phone and I told him I'm no body man and I'm no painter guy and this and that, and I never even seen how bad it was, and for some strange reason I decided to give her a shot. Now here's the, and they're supposed to be really pretty. These are supposed to be chrome colored, and these are supposed to be chrome colored. Here's the, this is brass. This is supposed to be brass colored. This is supposed to be, there's a small dent right, I don't know if you can see that, just a little one in here somewhere. And these are brass, these are copper, and this is chrome. And I'm just like, well, how can I not try to do this? I've kind of always wanted to just see all the chemicals that are out there and what we can do to bring it back around. I've always liked using the simple green degreaser. You put your part into baggie, fill it up with the simple green, and you put it in the ultrasonic cleaner at 140 degrees for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, however long it takes to bake off the paint. I've showed this on the videos to some of the guys, and they tell me, well, you use this old secret here of using the brake part, the brake fluid. We all know if you've ever spilled brake fluid, you know, in your car, it'll strip the paint right off the inner fender well. So this is supposed to be a really good way to strip paint. Other guys say use the navel jelly. This will take that rust and stuff off like nobody's business. So we're going to try all 3 different ways of stripping paint. I'll strip, you know, these cars, they come apart in 500 different ways. And we'll strip one piece in this, one piece in this, clean some of this up, and see what we can do. When I was in Uncle's outfit, we always use this stuff right here to clean up our metals on our Class A's. And well, maybe that'll do a good job of cleaning up this copper and this brass. Something. I understand that you can use tin foil and Coca-Cola on chrome and get it to do its thing. There's stuff. We're going to try all kinds of different ways on this. Here's his armature. Look at this rod. This poor thing. It is shot. Here's the inner workings right here. We got one broken wheel, but this is like a first gen. We want to get this to work. Single gear reduction. See if we can get this part. I went to the eBay and I seen the color of the cars, what they're supposed to be. This here's faded out after 75 years or more. And I've determined that I'm going to use this yellow right here, the satin summer squash, for the window frames. And we're going to use the satin paprika for the color of the car. And we're going to use the harvest grape premium ultra matte. What does that mean? Flat? I guess that means flat. On this part down here, because this is kind of a purple color. We've got new decals ordered in for it. We're gonna just go to town with this, but it's gonna take it's gonna take a week of doing all the sanding and stuff like that. We'll make a video of the restoration. This is just the pre stuff. So I got to put something out because you guys have been wondering what happened to me, and I thought I was on my deathbed. Let's take a look at that stuff that Lynn McCurdy sent down. It is absolutely amazing. Our first little dream boat here is this Bachmann. It's a DCC with sound. It's broken a little bit because it's got some wire issues down here on the bottom. We got to redo that harness. God, there's so much detail on it, I'm just going to break it. These things are bent. 282, number 2487. It's a USRA Mikado, part number, this one right here. So it's got a DCC with sound. It's got the sound tracks in it. You can see the holes underneath here. Interesting. This will be a fun one to fix up. This one's currently discontinued, but when it was brand new, it sold for $399 retail. Holy moly. Who spends that kind of money on a Bachmann? Hopefully she's going to be something to put together. It sure is pretty. Here's something interesting. The old Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe. This one's a Mantua Metal Products. It's the re-release back when they came back around. 462 Pacific, long haul tender, DCC with sound. It's got an MRC decoder in it. Look at this little beauty. Is this? Oh, the light's just a tiny bit. Those details. Oh, the bell fell off. Gorgeous. You can still see the motor tucked up in here. Flywheel on it. Yes. Right there. And it's got this fancy connector here, where when you plug everything together, and then there's no wires in between the tender, which is nice. Interesting. I don't see any speaker holes for it. This will be a fun little repair. Oh, the thingies are already coming off here. Now this should be very similar to the Pacific that they've made for 1,000 years. So getting parts for it shouldn't be too difficult. Packing was a little tough. A little tough on this one. Just a loose screw right there. Initially, this thing retailed at $290, and it's, I don't know, a while back, I guess, but another beauty right there. Put it up on the display board. Digging into our third steamer right here. This is a Bachmann Spectrum. Look at these things hanging down here. God, I'm surprised they're still there. Boiler details on it. Oh, sure. Nice. It's a DCC, no sound. Baldwin Consolidation, 280. Just DCC. Found the original Bachmann part number for it online. It's easy to look these things up online. Just type in what you know. I know it's a Bachmann. It says it right there. I know it's an AT&SF, and I know that it's a 2526. Type that in the Google machine, sniff around, the stuff pops right up. Looks like it retailed for $190 back then for a Bachman. Goodness, nickel plate wheels, pickups back over here. Okay. It's just got this broken. Had the Santa Fe. Well, that's fine. That's what I do is I fix stuff. If it don't work, I'll sniff her out. Yep. Another one to add to the repair list. Oh, we got so much stuff to do. Oh, man. Rolling through another Bachman Spectrum right here. The Berkshire 482 DCC. Doesn't have sound, but look at this. It's got the Richmond, Fredericksburg, and Potomac. Potato, macaroni and cheese. We just sold that beautiful heavyweight set. The guy that bought that set, I know who it is because it's written down. He's going to be giving me a call on this one because we're going to get this all fixed up and it matched that set so beautiful. Oh, this one showed up like 2 weeks too late. Original number 82505. Best I can tell, it retailed for $225. I think it was back in 2003. And it got a little shipping hickey right here. So no big deal. We can glue that back on and you won't even hardly know it. But, oh, it is missing the bell. Are these supposed to be tipped over like that or standing straight up and down? The last one, I grabbed it and I bent it straight up because I thought it was crooked and it broke off. Gorgeous, gorgeous looking Berk. But, you know, for Bachman, yeah, they are gorgeous. Let's just see what it looks like under here. Later on, of course. On to the next. This one won't be too hard to figure out because it's got the box on it. It says here it's a Northern Pacific custom built. It's a Niagara 484. And here we're missing the 4. We got the 8. We got the 4. This is a white box. And I'm willing to bet. And you can't see in there for nothing. If it's got what can motor, if it's a Fit Gen 2, or if it's a Gen 1. Couplers. It's got a killer tender. Look at this centipede looking bugger. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Is it a transformer? No. Is it a kit? It's a kit form. Well, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Oh, there's a coupler right down in there. I think this crate has been custom modified to fit this. And of all the interesting things, it had a note on it that said this: the Northern Pacific, it's got a bent drive wheel. Of all, would like this one back. Well, should I fix it and then send it back or just send it back? No, I'm confused. Oh, yep, this one, questionable because of the box that it's in. I'm thinking it's the 90s, the late 80s, the 90s, the ick ones. Interesting little piece right here. Seems to be powered on just these little fellers up front. And digging it up by looking up spray rail service, and this is a 129, tells me that it is a Walthers 932, 62, 72 rail detector car. Doesn't have very good reviews on it. I believe it's just straight DC. And when they were selling them for just a little bit less than $60. This one here, what I think is one of the best paint schemes out there. GP7, GP9, one of the two. But it's a dummy. But that's okay. Because this shell, this is the older Athearn Blue Box with the two little, yeah. We could power this thing up. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. We got the Lifelike. This heller here, you can always tell those from a distance because they've always got that on the bottom. And then if you get really close and you squint, you can see Lifelike right there. Yep. Okay, hold on. We'll answer you shortly. Continuing on here, look at holy moly. Is this the first one I've ever had? I think it is. I can't even remember if I've ever worked on a Kato. Maybe an N? No. I think this is the first Kato Is it a Kato? What's it say right there? What is that? Where's my glasses? Could be in a box and it's just chicken. Oh, yeah, that's a Kato made in Japan. Holy moly. I think I've worked on one Kato. I can't remember. Absolutely fantastical. What is this thing supposed to be? Well, that didn't help. It just says it's a 73-01C. Oh, there we go. It's an EMD SD40. I'm gonna go with a -2 because it's got the deck on the back and it's got the front porch on the front. You could sit up there and you could enjoy your break. Have a little snack or your sandwich. Yeah, something's happened to it though. It looks like it's been burned. Looks like it's been in a fire. Looks like it's been weatherized. Yeah, just gently. Just so much. What does it had a note. I thought it had a note. This one doesn't have a note. Well, it don't work. That's why it's here. So I could fix it. SD40. Well, fine then. I guess it's not a -2. I'm not much of a locomotive guy. I can't just look at them like I can. I know the difference between a 1968 Dodge Charger and a 1970 Dodge Charger and a 69. But I just can't look at locomotives and tell the exact difference. So that's wonderful right there. Kato to work on. Here is an Athearn to Genesis. Oh. I ain't never had such nice stuff. It's like everything's just a Cadillac. Has a mind of its own. Sure. What is it even? There's a SD45-2. I don't even know if I need to bother. I mean, what is that? Good Lord. Now I got stuff to read up on. Handrails I could break off. Actually, they're already damaged over here. Holy moly, look at that. So we got something new to work on here. Yeah, lights. I wonder if it's, what is this thing? It says it's got sound, so I guess it's DCC sound system. Okay, yeah. I'll have to read up on that. But it don't work. Mind of its own. That means it's got an intermittent open, I'll bet you. And that's why it likes to do a little hiccup and coughing as it's going down the track, doing whatever it is it does or doesn't do. We're gonna put that up on the wall so we can look at it. We're about halfway through showing off this amazing channel donation, but we got a little bit of time to throw in yet another episode of this week's Classic Model Trains Classic Model. If you guys know who this is right here, put it in the description down below. If you don't, hang out to the very end. We'll show you, I'll tell you who it is. One thing I want to talk about at the very end, I don't want to sound like an infomercial through the whole thing. We're showing off some stuff. I'm a little bit behind, but we still got a lot of that collection left. At the end of this video, before I say bye-bye, you can keep watching, it's the end of the video, but I'm going to show you the stuff that we've still got available. So there's like a bonus ending, I guess. For those of you that are in the market to try to find some stuff, support the channel some more, hang out, watch it at the end. And those of you that don't, the end of the video is just the end. So, we should get back into this unboxing. I can gab a lot. I don't know. Now we're getting into something that I can chew on, that I can sink my teeth into. It's the old blue boxes. This ain't the right box. Maybe it's the old blue box. Yeah, it's an Athearn, and there's the motor mounts right there. Here you can see a number right there. Sure. Cracked gear. Yep. That happens down under here. Northwestern. I don't know. No idea what this cab style is. It's a GE. It's a GE, and that's as much as I know currently. I'll have to look that up a little farther. Now here's something that you wouldn't believe. It's a Walthers. It's got split gears. And there's two of them. 8072 and 8078. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. GE-8-40Bs. Yeah. And it looks like they're just standard DC. Nothing stands out about them. Special, which is fine. I like working on Walthers. Yeah. It's just like an Athearn, kind of. Yeah. Oh, it's been weathered. And it feels like they're both power units. Those will look, yep. Nice to fix on. Here's a couple of, some more Atherns. What are these? The U30Cs. A power and a dummy. And it says works fine until you let its weight down on the track and then it's slow. So it's probably got a little bit of a motor issue right there. Beautiful. Get these fixed up, flip them, or buy more parts to fix more stuff, because that's what always ends up kind of happening. Lots of parts going on. Gorgeous. Here's an Athern Genesis. So it starts off, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. No one wants to put him back together. It's like, what? And then it's a, holy moly, no way. An Athern Genesis big boy. Look at that. Here's, oh, pieces. Oh, here's some pieces. Oop, that's not. Here, oh, goodness gracious. Can't believe it. Look at, oh, there's pieces rattling around in there. There's a steamed, yeah, a little bit of time. Oh, Jesus. There's more stuff. There's stuff everywhere in here. With any luck, we'll be able to salvage this thing and get it going. Unbelievable. I wonder, oh yeah. So this, I guess this is to make the sounds on DC. That's an interesting thing. I'll have to read up on it, but this should be, what does it say? I can't even get this. Oh, yep. It is a DCC and sound. Oh. I wonder what year this was made. It's just hard to find good information. That's going to be a beauty. And this is the third big boy I've got now. I'm going to have to start selling some. I got a 4005. This is a 4009. And I got a 4006. Just put all these little pieces back down here. I don't want to lose them. Wow. When I opened up the box, absolutely couldn't believe that was in there. I think there's so many pieces missing off of it. Not even going to be able to display that. That is definitely the crown jewel of my collection right there. Huh. Can you believe it? I couldn't believe there was a big boy in that box. Turns out that thing fell off the layout. They have a mobile modular layout, and it can you imagine? The price tag on the box, it retailed at $500 back in whenever it was made. I don't know what generation that is or when it came from, but we're gonna give her a good time to get that fixed up. It'll be its own thing too. Guess I'll have to look at the stickers, the things over here until I get around to making these kind of stickers for it. This way you can see all the new ones. That's how you can tell what just showed up. Because, except for the big boy, because I'm running out of shelf space. There's a lot of them up there. I'm going to spend the next week working on this little pre-war Lionel. And I'll film everything, tell you guys this amazing story. Hopefully it comes out looking just the best that it possibly can. I'm Ron with Classic Model Trains. Thanks so much for joining this week. If you want to check out what we still got for sale, hang out. It's going to play on for another 6 minutes. So thanks so much for hopping in. Take a look at what's for sale. Bye-bye. Oh, I forgot to mention this video. It's going to air on April 30th of 2024. So if you're watching this like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months down the road, it could happen. Like, just saying. This stuff might not be available at that time. You can always drop a line, classicmodeltrains@aol.com. Leave your name, your phone number. I'll call you. I talked to like 40, 50 guys here in the last couple weeks. They always say, you sound just like you do in your videos. I'm like, well, yeah, I wish I had a cooler voice like the Inner World. That guy, yeah, I don't have that voice. Oh, okay. Let's take a look at this stuff. So let's take a little tour of the train bus here and see what we still got left. Lots of the whole thing. Remember, all of this was all lined up with the HO collection from the estate, and all of this. Well, we sold so much, we're just down to the HO being over here. So I broke it down into the 50-foot box cars, 50-foot, 50 foot, lots of 50 footers. These giant things, I don't even know what the heck they're so big. A lot of Pennsylvania. Some of the popular road names have been sold out. 40 footers right in through here. Maybe I should give it a flyby like this. Here's the 50 footers so you guys can see what we might have left. I gotta learn how to do this, huh? There's that row. Here's another row right over here. Fly around this little pole. Oh, yeah. Oh, dang it. Sure. 40 footers, gondolas, and hoppers. Hoppers. Still so many hoppers. I just didn't even, All the covered hoppers, of course, got sold. These are cabooses. A lot of them got sold. Flat cars. Some of these are higher end cars that are up here also. I seem to be hitting. That's hard to shoot that, It's way up on the top shelf. How do I do this? Yeah, piggyback cars. Goodness. High-end cars over here. These oddballs, I'm not sure what they even are. For some reason. A couple Proto 2000 kits. That's all the HO stuff. The O stuff, though. Oh my goodness. 3-rail O. We got some cattle accessories there. The cattle loaders. We've got action cars. The ones that blow up and you hit them with the torpedo. K-line. Some of the MPC and newer stuff over here. These are the older pre-war stuff that's got those really nice, these kind of just connectors on it. I don't know if these are an action car or this is something somebody put together. Here's some cabooses or some cars that actually have the box. And these are supposed to be maybe the fancy ones. I don't know. Maybe I can. Yeah, that one. Yeah. This is probably a post-war fanciness because it's lighted. It's got some neat options on it. Let me zoom this in a little bit more. This Pennsylvania car. This one's just a standard, cabooses. Super O curves. This fella here needs a little oven, but it's, one of those action accessories. Bachmann DCC. This one here's a Bachmann DCC with sound. We got the Redding Mantuas F units, A and WB, and these ones. I know what they are, and I always forget when it's Fairbanks Morris ones. Yeah, everybody's got. I got like 12 of these things somehow. If anybody's looking for a live steam plant, you play with it once, and then you're like, yep, there it is. These are some of the 3-rail O's, the MPCs. No pre-war that's out here. K-line. MPC. Yep, I'm learning how to judge them all. Some of these things even have the sound in them. Shocking. Yeah. Marks right through here. And if you're looking for tenders, we seem to have some tenders. Pre-war, super early ones, kind of beat up. Some of them aren't, but there's no locomotives that go with them. Little hand cars made by somebody. Yep. For the Marks collectors out there, this is the plastic Marks. Got plastic bodies. Some of them are got the larger wheels I just learned about, and some of them got the smaller wheels. And this is what's left of the Marks tin plate. If you're into a tin plate collector, still some of those kicking around. And some guys have almost bought out all of my Talgo trucked ones. These here, this is the Talgo trucks, you know, where the coupler is attached to the, that's a Talgo truck. Very, very limited. There was like 75 of these. And then just some cheapy cabooses, which will probably just end up being used as parts for their trucks. Don't want to forget about this guy here, Coca-Cola set. Lionel. Oh, wait a second. Maybe it's not Lionel. It could be K-Line. This is upside down, but brand new, fancy Marks tin plate. The 400 set. That's the one that I redid, and I did the paint and I blew it. And look, sure enough, I found another shell for it. So I've got one more. I got one more chance to repaint it, make it pretty. Here's a Marks tin plate, and it's got the tin plate two F units. Yup. This one's coming up for a repair. These are Mike's Train House, and there is a lot of them in there. Yeah, I think like the whole stinking set, plus this feller right here, which needs to get a little bit of working on, and I know a guy that can do that. So we want to get this whole set working and put it all up, the whole set for sale, cleaned up. So these will be gorgeous, gorgeous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 cars. Oh, true O gauge sitting there. Yes, yes, yes. Here's the Lionel engines, a little up close of what's on the back wall right here. All of these are for sale. They can be bought either as is, or they can be fixed, you know, by me to get them running as they should be. Mostly pre-war. There might be an NPC or two dipped in there somewhere, something odd. We're going to do a video on that one, fixing him up. This one needs a little few parts, but yes, yes, yes. Gorgeous, gorgeous. We'd like to do another video on this one. The 1660, what does that say? 1668E pre-war. Still got one turbine left. One was Dave's. I sold one. This one here, the 671, all done, all ready to go. New parts in it. It's a 1948. Yep. We're keeping that one. Don't look at him. That one's the pride of my fleet. It's just sitting there. An AF1. Here's a 1957. And these guys here, just some marks. We got to get kind of cleaned up and ready for sale. Okay, for real this time. Thanks for watching it all. Bye-bye.